Have you ever thought about borders? Not the ones with big walls or checkpoints, but the invisible lines that slice through our world in the most bizarre and fascinating ways. Today, we're going on a journey to uncover the hidden borders of the world's strange divides you probably didn't know exist. These aren't just lines on a map. They're places where stories, cultures, and daily life get wonderfully complicated. Let's start our adventure in a place where two towns are actually one. Welcome to Derby Line in the USA and Stansted in Canada. Here, the border isn't a river or a fence. It's just a subtle line painted on the ground. You can literally stand with one foot in America and the other in Canada. But the most incredible part: the Haskell Free Library and Opera House. This beautiful old building was deliberately constructed right on the border back in 1904 to foster goodwill between the two nations. The entrance for Americans is on one side and for Canadians on the other. Inside, a thick black line runs across the floor, marking the international boundary. Imagine borrowing a book in the US and reading it in Canada without ever leaving the room. The Opera House stage is in Canada, but most of the seats are in the US. It's a place where you can applaud a performance from a different country. This unique spot shows how a border can be a meeting point, not just a dividing line. Now let's head over to Europe, to a town that will make your head spin. Welcome to Barl, a place so tangled up it has two names. Barl-Hertog for its Belgian parts and Barl-Nassau for its Dutch parts. This isn't a simple case of a town split in two. It's a geopolitical patchwork quilt. The town is a series of Belgian enclaves completely surrounded by the Netherlands. But it gets even crazier. Inside these Belgian enclaves are even smaller Dutch counter-enclaves. The border zigzags through streets, gardens, cafes, and even houses. You'll see front doors with two different house numbers, one for each country. Why? Because your nationality depends on which side of the border your front door is on. If the line cuts right through your door, you get two addresses. Imagine having your living room in Belgium and your kitchen in the Netherlands. This bizarre situation dates back to medieval land-swapping deals between feudal lords. For centuries, residents have navigated this complex reality, dealing with two sets of laws, two tax systems, and two postal services, all within the same small town. It's a living museum of history's quirks. Next, we travel to South Asia for a story of separation and reunification. Until 2015, the India-Bangladesh border was home to one of the world's most complex border disputes, the Chitmahals, or enclaves. Imagine this. You are a citizen of India, living in a small pocket of Indian land, but you are completely surrounded by Bangladesh. And to make it even more confusing, within that Bangladeshi territory, there could be another, even smaller pocket of Indian land. There were 102 Indian enclaves inside Bangladesh, and 71 Bangladeshi enclaves inside India. For the nearly 50,000 people living there, life was a nightmare. They were stateless ghosts, trapped in tiny geographical prisons. They couldn't easily access hospitals, schools, or markets in their own country because they had to cross foreign territory without a passport, which was illegal. They were cut off from basic services and opportunities. For generations, they lived in limbo. Finally, in 2015, India and Bangladesh signed a historic land boundary agreement. The enclaves were swapped, and residents were given a choice: stay where they were and adopt the nationality of the surrounding country, or move. This landmark decision ended decades of hardship and gave thousands of people an identity and a future for the first time. It's a powerful reminder that borders are not just lines. They have profound human consequences. Now let's journey to the icy waters of the Bering Strait, to a place where you can practically see tomorrow. Here lie the Diomede Islands. Big Diomede belongs to Russia, and Little Diomede belongs to the United States. The distance between them? A mere 3.8 kilometers or about 2.4 miles. You could probably row a boat between them in less than an hour. During the winter, the sea freezes over, forming an ice bridge that you could technically walk across. But here's the mind-bending part. These two tiny islands are separated by the international date line. This means Big Diomede is 21 hours ahead of Little Diomede. So, when it's 9 a.m. on a Saturday on Little Diomede in the USA, it's already 6 a.m. on Sunday on Big Diomede in Russia. That's why they re-nicknamed the Tomorrow Island and the Yesterday Island. You can literally look across a short stretch of water and see into the next day. During the Cold War, this tiny gap was known as the Ice Curtain, a symbolic divide between two superpowers. Today, it remains one of the most extreme time zone differences on the planet, a place where a few kilometers can mean a whole day. These strange borders show us that the lines we draw on maps can create some of the most unusual situations on Earth. From a library that straddles two nations to a town split into a chaotic mosaic to islands that exist in different days, these places challenge our simple ideas of what a country is. They show us that borders aren't just about politics and geography. They're woven into the very fabric of people's lives, creating unique communities and incredible stories of connection, division, and adaptation. Though we draw lines to divide nations and continents, these stories prove that we are all more connected than we think. We share one planet, and our stories often cross these imaginary lines in beautiful and unexpected ways. They remind us that beneath the complexities of politics, we're all just people, sharing this world and its many wonders. So which border story amazed you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the world's hidden corners, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more global tailies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.